Lesson 13-4, Solving Perimeter and Area Problems. A can of paint will cover 225 feet of a wall. What is the maximum length in feet of an 8-foot high wall that can be covered with one can of paint? If tape were placed around the sides of the wall before painting, how much tape would you need? All right, so this is asking us a couple of different questions. Let's start with the first one. So anytime you see the word square feet in it, this tells me that we are doing area. So I know I have an area of 225, and then I know I have a length of 8. So then I need to find my width. So if I am covering a can of paint on a wall, this is going to be area, and it wants to know what's the maximum length. So if area equals length times width, I have 225 equals 8 times something. We can flip that around and do 225 divided by 8 to give me something. So let's go ahead and do some long division there. 8 goes into 2 0 times. 8 goes into 22, so I have 8, 16, 24, so it goes in there twice to give me 16. That gives me, let's see, 12 and 1 gives me 6. Bring down my 5 to 65. Now I can continue up. I have 24, 32. Then I have 40, 48. Then I have 56. Then I have 64. And then I have 72. 64 is as close as I'm going to get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 8 is 64. Subtract and get 1. So now I have a remainder of 1, but we're not doing remainders anymore. We're putting a decimal and a 0, and we're going to bring it down, and we get a 10. But if we're looking at the maximum length, our maximum length is going to be, I have these mixed up. This is question, and this is 8. So our maximum length can only be 28. Because that is a solid foot wall. So we have 28 there, and we have found what the length is. So now if we're going to put tape around the sides is going to be perimeter. So now we have 28, 28, 8, and 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. So I have 28 plus 28. That's 16. That's 56 plus 16 from our 8 and our 8. 12, 5, 6, 72 would be our perimeter. So you'll see there's a lot of work that goes into these couple of little problems right here. All right, so we're going to find the missing dimension. We're going to need our journal for this so that we have lots of space. So we're going to start with number 1. And we have area equals 216, width equals 8, length equals question. Area equals length times width. 216 equals 8 times question mark, which means 216 divided by 8 equals question mark. Now we can do some long division. 8 goes into 2 0 times. 8 goes into 21. We have that power tower. 8, 16, 24. 2 times, that's 16. 5, bring it down. 24, 32, and really you could kind of glance back at our last one over here. 40, 48, 56. Oh, there's the exact number that we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Subtract and get 0. So our missing dimension is 27. So we're going to place 27 there. Okay? So this time it's perimeter. So now we're missing the two y's, but we have this side, so we know that this is going to be the same. So let's talk about how to find perimeter. So for number 2, we have perimeter equals length plus width plus width. The perimeter is 94. The length is 32. The length is 32. We don't know the width and we don't know the width. So now we can kind of solve. So if I do 94 equals, well, 32 plus 32 is 64, plus W. Well, what can I do here? If I'm adding all of these together, how do I get this away from our W's? Well, I can see how much I have left by subtracting. So I can do 94 minus 64, and that gives me 30. But if I plus 130, that leaves me over here with something extra. And remember, we need to split this 30 into two W's. So if I divide this by 2, that gives me 15. So now if I were to say 15 and 15 as my possible answers, that would be 64 plus 15 would give me 79, plus 15 would give me 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 7, 8, 94, which is my answer. So my W equals 15. So just remember that when you're doing perimeter, whatever you have left, you need to divide into 2 because you have 2 sides for it.